With any luck, this is going to be a quicker video than the last few that I've made, but I've got a 3-year plan in mind. So I mentioned this in my other video, but basically I've decided to stop cutting. It's only early January. I normally cut throughout summer, but to be honest, I'm not really going to get much time to go to the gym at all because I've got a pretty big grind ahead of me. So there's going to be minimal beach time. I might go one extra day to stockpile some vitamin D, but I can always just do that at home. Just take a 10-minute walk with my shirt off and in my shorts so I can obviously expose more skin to the sun. So yeah, I'm back to bulking. I've already bumped my calories up to about 26 to 2800. I'm assuming that's around where my maintenance or a bit above is, based on how many calories I was using to cut and the rate at which I was dropping weight. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to do a video soon on my new diet on my other channel called Gainzification. A card should pop up right about now for it if you're interested. But yeah, looking to bulk. Now, in years past, I've always cut around summer, and I know it's bad for your long-term, quest for gains, because obviously you want to spend as much time in a bulking period as possible. But I think my tendency is I cut for too long and I cut too often. Now, I got super diced in 2017, and ever since then, I've always wanted to get back to that level of leanness. But that was very unrealistic to, really ever look like that. But just knowing it was possible, I guess it was a good achievement because it showed me that, that was possible. But yeah, I kept trying to get back to there, and that probably wasn't good for the long-term outlook. So for the next 3 years, I reckon, I'm going to be primarily in a surplus for most of that time. I'm probably going to take a page out of Renaissance Periodization's recommendations, where they recommend to bulk for like 3 to 5 months at a time, and then do a quick mini cut of sorts just to strip off some extra body fat so you don't end up getting too fat. I'll elaborate in my other channel too as to what I've learned, because here I'm trying to keep this more career and I guess overall life based. Obviously there'll be a bit of gym, but the gym specific details will be on the other channel. But basically it's unhealthy to get too fat for too long, and it's probably better to be more resensitized to gaining. That might sound like a lot of bro science at the moment, but it will be elaborated on the other channel. So yeah, basically I'm planning on bulking for the next 3 years, which is good because during this time I'll be doing my CPA anyway, so I won't really have time to be, showing off any of that. I'll be pretty just in my own element for the whole time. Now, with that being mentioned, CPA will obviously be included in that 3-year plan. I've just started CPA Australia taxation. Now, the semester hasn't started yet at the time of recording, but I have already started doing some notes on it. So obviously I intend to have that done. It should be done late 2023. So that'll cover 2 years of my 3-year plan. And in that last year, I might go back to the Tax Institute to get a tax qualification, not only for my career and my own personal knowledge, but it'll help this business as well. I'll be able to not necessarily give advice, but I'd be able to give better recommendations, so to speak, because I'll have a bit more exposure to the tax scene. I'm also looking at the Corporate Finance Institute. There's probably some juicy little courses I want to do in there as well. So that would also be for the same reason as why I'd go back to do tax, because it'd be obviously extra knowledge. And obviously it'd be better for the business too, because I'd be able to provide better content to you guys. So that's study, that's gym taken care of. My investments, oh God, stocks and crypto are absolutely atrocious at the moment. I'm not too concerned for the long run, but I am a lot more concerned than I was a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, I highly doubt that this is going to continue for years, but I'm really not too sure where I should be putting my money at the moment. At the moment, Hood and Nvidia look pretty good. Disney looks alright as well, but I really don't know, to be perfectly honest. Like, they say timing the market beats timing the market. Now, I can't just, like, I don't have unlimited capital to just keep buying the dip and it just keeps dipping. Like, I want to time it at least, you know, somewhat right. But yeah, I'll continue to put into stocks. Crypto, I put in 1,400 bucks the other day, but this was before we had that massive just crash out of nowhere. So I think I've used up the spare cash I'm happy with for crypto at the moment. Today it was looking like it was going up a little bit, but I really don't trust it. Who knows what's going on at the moment. Obviously, my land will have appreciated in value. Now, I need to save up a lot more cash aside for that because, as I just mentioned, I'm not too, like, I don't have too much faith in stocks and crypto at the moment. Like, for all I know, it could dip for another year, and that really isn't going to help me because I need that money in a year. Otherwise, I'll lose my land. So yeah, if I put money in stocks and crypto and it keeps going down, I'm not going to have enough. So I need to just save some cash aside. Now, real estate looks like it's going to be going up again this year, albeit not at the rate we've seen the last couple of years, but it's still going to go up. I think they're predicting a crash around 2025, 2026, because obviously these prices are just unsustainable. But I highly doubt that anything's going to go down in the next year. So there'll be that. I can push out the building of my house by a year or two if I need it, so that's a good extra safety net. I'd rather not, because the prices of the materials and labor are probably just going to keep going up as well. But at least I have that option to save up some more money that I'll need for the deposit for that part of the loan. Obviously, I'll have a separate loan for the land that I need, and then I'll have the separate loan for the building company that I'll go with, which I'll need to do some research into. So that's covered my investments, basically. My career. Now, the study does intertwine with the career a bit, but over the next 3 years, by the end of those 3 years, I'll have a total of 4 years of experience in my related field. So, like, I do like the job. I honestly don't see myself leaving there, but if circumstances change, it'll be a good springboard for me to jump into another career, especially with the whole Great Resignation thing. I think it's worked out to be sort of an employee's job market at the moment, in a sense, so I'll be able to leverage higher salaries, as well as I'd be a, I guess, better candidate for some of the more experienced related jobs with a lot of the boomers leading into retirement now. And another thing, I don't actually have any data to back this up, but I feel like the job market will be getting weaker just based on the amount of people that are becoming self-employed these days. Like, my God, the teenagers of these days, they're just putting out low effort crap on TikTok and becoming famous for it. Like, there's like that TikTok chick who makes, like, what is it, 82,000 per TikTok, and you got doctors who are going through years and years of study and what is it called, residency or something, where they basically do a lot of unpaid practical work. Like, they're going through all that, and they make in a year what she would make in 4 low effort TikToks. Like, that just makes no sense. So with that kind of crap going around, why would any teenager bother to, you know, work hard at a career when they could just keep trying with that shit? So I feel like there's going to be less competition in the age bracket under me going forward, which would mean that I'd be more valuable in the whole, I guess, accounting space. But that's just a little side tangent. Who knows if that's really what's going on? It might just be American thing. I don't think it's too much of a concern here in Oz. Regardless, Korea in the 3-year plan, it's going to do its thing. And as for the business, or business says, I've already got more than 1,000 followers on the Korea related Instagram page, which is a pretty good start. So there's that. But obviously in that, I plan on growing all the social media accounts. Like at the time of recording, I got 12 subscribers on this Gamification of Life channel, and I've got 5 subscribers on the Gainzification of Life channel. Now, obviously those are like measly numbers, but that's just like crazy to think like there are 12 people who are actually subbed to this channel. So that's just the beginning of something grand, I hope. But look, this wasn't really too much of a scripted video. It was just me just recording some of my thoughts and time-stamping this as well. I'll see how well this ages. I might come back to it in a year from now and see how we go. Like, again, with the First Man thing, I was watching another video now. Like, I do watch him, but it's not like I take everything he says as the gospel or whatever that saying is that people use, where someone says something and you just basically pin your whole existence on what they do. But he has a point, and it's kind of stuff that I've been doing for ages anyway. He was talking about just putting points on the board. I think that's what he used. So you just keep putting points on the board. So I put a fair few points on the board at the time of recording, but I want to see how many points I put on the board in about a year from now. So yeah, just time stamping this. Hopefully, if you're listening, this hasn't been too much of a waste of your time. Hopefully it's just given you some ideas on how to put points on your board, I guess. Like if you're at the gym, maybe you might want to just consider bulking for a while like I am. If you don't know what to study, maybe there's just some other short course you're like, oh, maybe I should do it or maybe I shouldn't. But if you think it's going to be relevant, then just jump in. Providing you can pay for it, it's probably going to pay off more so than not. If you got investments as well, just hodl. But yeah, guys, that is all.